My dear friends, in India, Ramayana is a very well-known, well-read, popular epic. In Ramayana, the great villain we come across is Ravana. I am surprised in India, where 1.2 billion people are there are some people who hate Ravana. Ravana was a great king. He lived in a very rich country. His city walls were enameled with gold. His palace was built by using gold bricks. And everywhere in the city of Pulasti Nagara, where Ravana lived, gold, richness, plentifulness existed. Ravana himself was a great devotee of the Lord Shiva. He was a great benefactor of the people of his kingdom. He was a great ruler and he was serving his people, he was ruling his people with love and affection. Apart from whatever is written in the epic Ramayana, we have heard very less about Ravana. And Ravana as an historical character or as a mythological character is less understood and more vilified. I am from Malavalli, a town, an agricultural town in Mandya district in the Karnataka state in South India. I come from Malavalli town where not less than 1 lakh people, that is 100,000 people, they worship Ravana as God. There is a dedicated temple to the god Ravana in a small village called Ravani in Malavalli town. While traveling from Malavalli to Kanakapura National Highway, from about 5 kilometers from Malavalli town, you would come across the Ravana's temple. There are large number of families in the Malavalli town and in Malavalli taluk which call themselves as Ravana Vakkalinavaru. That simply means the family of the Ravana. I don't know the amount of respect, the reverence shown to the Ravana in Malavalli taluk is incomparable to the respect and the reverence shown to the hero of the epic Ramayana, that is Rama, the great Sri Rama. I am very surprised to know that in the Malavalli town, Ravana is respected and is worshipped. And in the families where Ravana is worshipped, not a single photograph or not a book of Ramayana is found. None of the devotees of Ravana have a copy of Sri Rama's epic Ramayana in their homes. It is not that Ravana is worshipped only in Malavalli town or Malavalli taluk in the Mandya district. There are several temples dedicated to the god Ravana in so many villages and towns in the southern India. There are temples dedicated to Ravana in the district of Chamarajanagara, the southernmost district of Karnataka. Just yesterday, the last day of Deepavali or Diwali, which is a very auspicious, very famous festival in India, I visited a temple in Hasana town. It's on the edges of the Sahyadri hills, that is Western Ghats of Karnataka. There is a very famous temple dedicated to the goddess Hasanamba, that is Amma of Hasana or Maramma of Hasana or the goddess of Hasana. The temple of Hasanamba or Maramma of Hasana opens only once during Deepavali in a year for a period of 7 to 14 days. It varies every year. This year, the Hasanamba temple was open for a period of 10 days. Yesterday was the last day of the opening, and I went with two of my friends to study, to know more about the cult of Ravana. In Hasanamba temple, there are 3 stones painted red placed on a platform, and those 3 stones are depicted as the goddess Maramma, Hasanamba or Hasanamma. It is a dolmen, could be a prehistoric monument dedicated to the ancestor worship. The construction of the temple shows that the temple started as an ancestor worship place dedicated to Maramma, the goddess of the place, where the Maras lived and constructed the dolmen in the name of the goddess Hasana Maramma or Hasanamba. One very interesting culture or custom or practice that we see in this temple is the god or deified god Ravana, the king Ravana, is taken out in a procession on a tractor in the old town of Hasana. A statue of King Ravana with all his 10 heads decorated, his 20 hands holding various weapons, taken around in the procession around the Hasana town. The procession is carried out for the whole night in the town of Hasana. After the procession, the Lord Ravana, the deified king, the king of the people, where the influence of the goddess Hasana Maramma or Hasanamba is evident and it is predominant. The statue of Ravana is made of brass, and after the procession is completed in the town, the statue is taken out of a tractor and placed in a palanquin, as if a king is placed in a palanquin. Then the palanquin bearers of Ravana, they carry the statue of Ravana placed in the palanquin around the temple of Hasanamba or Asanamarama thrice. The procession looks as if the king Ravana is going around with respect and reverence to the Hasana Marama around her temple before entering her temple to seek her blessings. The cult of Ravana or the culture of worshipping Ravana is not just present in the Karnataka state, and it is not confined to Mandya, Chamarajanagara and Hassan district. It is present in several other districts of India. It is present in Tamil Nadu too. The Pulasti Nagara, the capital of Sri Lanka during the time of Ravana, was filled with happiness, richness, gold and other ornamental jewelry and valuable diamonds and precious stones. Whatever is written in Ramayana is a matter of concern and matter of some debate. Without the respect, without reverence for Ravana, no one would worship him, no one would take him in a procession, and no one would build a statue for him, gold coated, made of brass, made of silver. I think the Ravanotsava or the celebration of Ravana that happens in Hasanamba temple and the annual festival of Ravana that happens in Ravana's temple in Malavalli, in Ravaleshwara. These show that Ravana indeed was a historical figure who had command and control over larger communities in the southern India. Maybe he had a sway over the whole of India. The political, the sociological changes that have been established due to various regions beyond our explanations today have pushed down Ravana in the epic Ramayana as a villain, but our eyes, what they see in the Ravanotsava in Hasanamba would say negative about whatever is written in Ramayana. I, as a pure research scholar into the history of India, antiquities of India, Indian culture, Indian religion and Indian customs and practices, I would like to just say that Ravana is highly respected and worshipped in several parts of India. Not less than 10 million people of India worship him, and they say that they belong to the family of Ravana. Ravana, he belonged to Paulastya Kula. Paulastya Kula. Agastya was said to have been an uncle of Ravana. The great German Sanskrit scholar Gustav Oppert in his book The Dravidians says that Ravana was a polastha, he was a landlord, and he belonged to the communities represented by Holayas, Mallas, Pollas, Pallas. And he says that Ravana was indeed a great scholar of Dravidian languages, and he wrote a grammar for Telugu language. And Ravana devised a musical instrument which goes by the name Ravali or Ravani. In the statue which is worshipped in Hasnamba temple, we see a musical instrument held by the Ravana. My dear friends, I think it would be better if we go in detail into the history of Ravana, the cult of Ravana, the cult of worshipping of Ravana, and we should understand the customs and practices and the annual festivities that are being carried out in various temples in the name of Ravana before we make any solid opinions about him. And my dear friends, I am very much thankful to you for having given me this opportunity to speak a few words about Ravana on the occasion of today's Ravanotsava. Thank you very much.